And so, Governor, I guess a question for you. As you hear these stories, and there's many others, does it cause you to rethink your sanctuary city policies or regret some of the policies you've taken as it relates to sanctuary cities?
Thank you, Congressman. I'm glad to see you here. I know you were unwilling to meet with your constituents about the Medicaid cuts that you voted for. So
answer the question. I thought you might not answer the question whether reclaiming my... I'm going to reclaim my time because you did not answer the question, which I thought you...
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, that was amazing. I mean, it's so much better when you hear it in context because here, Lahood just literally... Dude, he talked for 3 minutes being like, your sanctuary cities are dangerous, you're bad, you're horrible. Let me introduce like 3 crimes into evidence because I am just hammering you at like, oh, these undocumented people are so bad. And then he's like, thank you very much for that 3-minute diatribe. And I'm so glad you're here because I know you're like dodging your constituents. Oh, that's fucking brutal.
When I asked, when you hear about victims that suffer violence because of illegal migrants in a sanctuary city state, you said, no, it hasn't caused you to rethink. Reclaiming my time. Now, Governor Pritzker, you mentioned reclaiming my time. I have the time. I have the time.
All the federal government. You all have the ability to fix this.
Governor Pritzker,
do your job. Do your job, Congressman.
Yeah, I would.
Dude, you see him though? You see the difference between Pritzker and Tim Walz? And I think this is a really important difference. J.B. Pritzker right now is steamrolling this guy, okay? This guy is flailing. He's raising his voice. He is like, J.B. Pritzker's like, all we need is a federal warrant. You are the reason why this shit isn't happening. Do your fucking job. Which also ties into the burn of him not doing his job and showing up for his constituents. This is the kind of shit where, like, Tim Walz should have done this to Nancy Mace, man.
I don't want to hear about how this is about illegal versus legal immigration. They are attacking legal status and removing legal status. The Republican majority is anti-legal immigration in the United States. And I want to make that very clear, and I yield back.
Chair now recognizes
Mr. Chair.
Martin.
Dude, she's so good, bro. She's like ferocious, man. Dude, I gotta say, it's hard. I don't like J.B. Pritzker because he's a billionaire, okay? I don't like him because he's a billionaire, but I feel like if he was the candidate, though, I would feel okay supporting him as a candidate. At the end of the day, I'm going to support whomever the candidate is, right? Like, even if Newsom wins the Democratic primary, I'm going all in on him. But yeah, I would love to see AOC. It's just hard. Like, I honestly don't know if America is going to vote for a woman president in my lifetime because we have a horrible fucking misogyny problem in this country. We do, man. We have a terrible misogyny problem that we have not conquered yet. And you know why, guys? It's because of my generation, okay? Men in my generation, most of them have not healed that shit. They haven't eradicated it. So what they're doing is they're still raising their sons and fucking dumping misogyny into them.
Unanimous consent request.
Mr. Frost.
Unanimous consent request into the record a NBC article. Senator 𝗙liche𝗶ጵEDIA removed from news conference with Homeland Security Secretary Noem.
All right, without objection to order.
I have another one. The Hill article. Padilla forcibly removed from Noem press conference.
Without objection to order.
And I have a third one. Axios Democratic senator forcibly removed from DHS press conference.
Without objection to order.
Mr. Chair, also, we were just talking about this. I want to know if you can commit to working with us so we can...
You're out of order. Chair recognizes
I have a point of order.
No.
I have a point of order.
State your point.
We need to subpoena.
That's not
Secretary
a point of order.
Noem.
Chair recognizes
We just
Ms.
talked
Green
about this
That's
earlier.
not a point.
We talked
Thank
about
you, Mr. Chairman. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my
Chair
time.
recognizes Ms. Green.
to the ground.
Reclaiming my time.
And handcuffed in his own damn
Oh,
thing.
Democrats can't follow the rules. Can't follow
Chair
the law.
recognizes Ms. Greene.
Can't follow the rules.
Dude,
Can't follow
We need
the
to
law.
subpoena 𝗙cie 𝗶𝗪.
Dude, what a fucking clown show, dude. I want to go in there and fucking shake these people up, bro.
It's
Chair
her staff,
recognizes Ms. Greene.
DHS federal
There's a
officers
privilege of
that
the
threw a
majority,
US
and that
senator
means
to the
we're in
ground.
charge,
Just
not
this
your
morning we were
side,
talking about this
because
happening to
you
governors.
lost the
All right,
election.
Ms. Greene, we're going to start the
Because
clock.
you
have
supported
anything
the
to say about
invasion
that?
of our
Mr. Frost.
country.
All right.
It's my
Will
time.
you
Hold it.
commit on the record
Stop
to
the
work
clock.
My
on
time.
subpoena
Thank you,
𝗙cie
Mr.
𝗶𝗪?
Chairman. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
You're out of order. Chair recognizes
Will
Ms.
you
Greene.
commit on the record?
Dude, do you see her? Do you see the way she was like looking, gloating at Maxwell Frost? Like, my daddy, Comer, is shutting you down. And she's just like, dude, this is Cenk Uygur's secret weapon right here, dude. Dude, she is a hideous bitch, dude. Oh my God. She is. I don't use that term to describe women, but I don't really consider MTG to be a woman. All right? I don't. Dude, she ain't womankind, man. I know she's got female biology, but she is not a fucking woman, bro. She is like a Clydesdale with a fucking with perfume on, dude. Oh my God, dude. Dude, I'm serious. I bet her clitoris swells up to the size of like a relatively large eggplant. Dude, people are like, what is that thing fucking like shaking your fucking dress over there? You got an elevator in your dress? I know that image is tough. Oh, that's a tough one, bro. That is. I'm an image guy, and I'm never going to be able to forget that one. Oh, shit, bro.
Thank you.
Subpoenaing 𝗙cie 𝗶𝗪 because a U.S. senator was just thrown to the ground and detained in his own.
Democrats
container.
can't follow the
out
rules.
of
Can't
order.
follow the law.
Will you
Can't
commit-
follow the
Shut
rules.
up. Just shut
Will you-
up.
No, you don't. No,
shut
you're
up.
not going to tell me to shut up.
Let's. How do you get him in order? You're running for
Not like that.
He has been out of order 6 times. He's trying to get on MSNBC. You probably knocked.
I get it.
Somebody off
I don't have any problem
MSNBC
getting
to
on
get on there.
MSNBC. That's
Ms.
not
I
Greene,
think as he's been arrested as a
recognized.
former
Yeah, well,
Antifa
okay.
member, right?
Back to order, Ms. Greene. Go.
But he's a
Go.
former
All
Antifa
right, Ms.
member.
Greene. You're
Mr.
recognized.
Chairman,
You got
no
it.
surprise.
Who's a
Dude, he's a former Antifa member. Dude. Oh, my God.
former Antifa member? Me?
Yeah, you.
I asked that these words be taken down.
No, Ms. Greene,
Thank you.
you're
I
recognized.
asked
Thank
that these
you,
words
Mr.
be taken
Chairman.
down.
There's a motion.
Governor
Ms.
Hochul,
Greene is recognized.
Governor
I asked that
Hochul,
these
you
words be
stated
taken down.
that you're a proud Democrat, proud registered
All
Democrat.
right, we got to
You need to
suspend.
retract.
There's been a parliamentary move. They said they weren't going to do that. What's the?
Oh, my God, dude. What just jumped out at me watching that shit is how Comer, like, he lost control of that moment. And it's really interesting because I feel like he could have handled it differently. But instead, he's like, MTG is going off the rails and he's letting the whole thing descend into a shouting match. And he's like, shut up, right? But like, he doesn't have the skill to even like wrangle the chaos. And I find that really interesting that he can't wrangle the chaos. Like, he can't even control his own people, much less try to, run a multi-year investigation of Joe Biden, which, my God, was just a disaster. I got to bring the Comer picture out, dude, because this is what I always think of with him, right? That is fucking Comer. That's it. There he is, dude. Every time I see Comer, that's him, dude. he just can't run the ship, dude, and there's a lot of Republicans that are like that. Trump is like that, where these guys just can't run things. They just can't run things. They're not good at running things. They're good at talking the game and they're good at like abusing their power when they have some, but they're not good at actually making things functional, making things work. Like they can't even get their own bills passed, right? They can't even get their own shit passed. They can control all the houses and they struggle to just get their own shit fucking passed. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.